Hello Virgo, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Virgo the Victorian. Please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And go into the comments and tell me where you are on planet Earth. I'd love to hear from you, and tell me your birthday as well. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there's a link in the description box at the top. So Virgo, last night there was a huge solar flare, and the northern lights were just crazy. I don't know if you are somewhere in the world where you can see the northern lights. I am. It was all over my house like a huge kind of dome. It was just amazing. So I really wanted to do a reading. I was up late into the night, playing with the cards and looking at the cards and trying to get you a message from spirit. So here's what I have for you, and I've mixed the decks kind of together because it's such a crazy energy. Like, it's such an intense energy, and it almost feels like, if you've witnessed the northern lights, it almost feels like the spirit world, opening up, or like the veil is open or something like that. You can really see this other dimension kind of thing. And it was just, some people find it scary or ominous. I thought it was just beautiful and amazing. It gave me like a deep peace within myself, and it's a hopeful feeling. And so I wanted to see what the angels are kind of sending you, Virgo. And here's what I'm getting. So, recovering heart, this is kind of like a message from the spirit world that you're jumping timelines now, and you're going into a new chapter in your life. And I think that this new time in your life is going to be like extreme positives, extreme negatives. So it's going to be a really intense time for you, and you're going to kind of walk through fire. You can see that it's kind of like a dove flying through the flames here. And it's going to be really stressful for you, but you have so much opportunity to really gain a lot for yourself, money, love, and just healing too. But it's just going to be a really intense time for you. That's kind of like, it's going to feel sort of like loud music, or that kind of a feeling, like you're going to be sort of knocked back by a lot of energy in your life. Yeah, eternity. So whatever's going on in your life now, and whatever's coming for you the next year really, is part of your God-given destiny, and you're going to take this with you into another life. So it's going to be like a big opportunity, like a big job. You could be moving houses, something like that. For some Virgos, you're going to go through a breakup at this time and completely kind of reinvent yourself. And I was talking to the collective yesterday about two towers coming down at the same time. So there's going to be two big transformations, but endings are always beginnings. So there's going to be two new doors opening for you, and you're going into a new timeline. And people are going to watch you go into this timeline, and all this energy is kind of swirling around you, and it's kind of like you're kind of rising up on this giant wave. For some of my Virgos, you could be pregnant too, or expecting a new child. And if you are pregnant, a lot of Virgos are going to wind up with twins, because it's this double header energy, or this double door energy. Lapsus ellipsis. So this is you jumping the timeline. You've done this jump already. So this is a time of endings and beginnings, and sort of stepping over. Picture it to be like stepping onto a train. If you've ever taken the train and you have to sort of watch that you don't fall between the train and the sidewalk, that's the feeling. You have to sort of jump into this new thing. And you've done this already, so now is the time of new beginnings. Yeah, look at these cards came out together. Orion Gate and Manifestation. So this Orion Gate this is totally like the Northern Lights energy, where this is like Stargate energy, meaning portals are opening and you're sort of going through a black hole. And this is a total energy of like going into a different dimension, or traveling through the multiverse, or something like that. And if you've ever sort of watched like the black hole videos or whatever, it's weird because it's like this weird circular hole, and it's almost like a birth thing where we come in to this world and we begin all over again, right? So that's kind of, there's like gateways are opening for you. And anytime like a stargate opens for you, or a gateway, it's always angels opening it for you, because we don't have the power as human beings to sort of jump timelines. So God is pulling you into a total new life for yourself. But this is something that you asked for. So Virgo, think about what you've been praying for, what you've been trying to manifest, or even on the lowest level, manifestation is just jealousy. Like if you look at other people and think, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. That's you trying to manifest, right? So don't ever associate any blessing with a specific person. Pull it pull it higher than that. And if you're jealous of someone's house, you don't say, I'm mad that person has a house. Say, I wish I had a beautiful house or job or spouse or whatever the case may be. But you've been doing that. A lot of Virgos are praying for something, or you could be journaling and writing it all down. If you're into sort of new age stuff, you might have been doing like moon manifestations kind of thing. But whatever you've been manifesting, the universe is going to pull you into that timeline. So, two cards again. So Sacred Earth and Multidimensional Healing. So yeah, this is the Earth sort of sending you messages and healing you. So this is like the, again, the Northern Lights thing. Or if you're just somewhere where you can see the stars in the sky, that God and the angels are trying to heal you through nature. And for some Virgos, if you're lonely at this time in your life, you may find yourself saying like, I'm so lonely and like my only friends are my pets kind of thing. But God is always sending you love through nature, including just pets, or just even trees and plants and things like that. If you're a lover of nature, you're absorbing all this like super positive energy, and this is going to lead you into this new timeline where you're going to experience a deep healing in your life. And for a lot of my Virgos, this year coming up for you, in the next 12 months, you're going to experience a really deep healing, especially in terms of like parental wounds. So if you had a really difficult relationship with your mother, I know this is Mother's Day weekend, or it could be your father too, then God and the angels are going to heal the wounds that you have, and you've been carrying this for a long time. So Maitreya, this is like the female angel energy. So this shows that the guides are with you. And this divine energy, this is like unconditional love. So this is like a motherhood energy. So Virgo, again, if you don't have an earthly mother, if you have a strained relationship with your mother, this is angelic energy that's going to heal you. And if you are a parent and you have a strained relationship with your child, this is the universe sort of amping up your battery so you can parent again, or helping you parent a difficult child. And this is divine energy. Like, parenthood is really divine, giving and receiving, right? So this is the universe stepping in to give you more because you feel depleted and you feel exhausted, and you may say, I'm so burned out. And so God hears you saying, that you don't have anything to give, and God's going to fill up your cup for you. Luna, this is illumination energy. So you're going to go into a new timeline, and questions that you have had are going to be answered soon. So this could be just making a whole new start in your life, going back to school, starting a new job, moving, whatever. Or you could be, like I said, a lot of Virgos, you're going to find out that you're pregnant, and so that you've been wondering if you're pregnant. Or I'm seeing for some Virgos like a pregnancy test that's like in between, where one of the lines was sort of weird or fadey, and you're thinking, well, which is it, right? This is a definitive answer for you, illumination, and that God's going to give you an answer one way or the other. And for a lot of Virgos, you'll find out that you are pregnant. Or if you're trying to go back to school, you'll find out you got in. Or if it's a financial issue, you'll find out that you've been approved for something. It could be a mortgage. For some of Virgos, you've been through a separation and you're trying to get a mortgage on your own. And you've been really worried about this, and you might have thought about this before you divorced or before you separated, and thought, if I divorce, can I even get a house? Then the universe is going to give that to you, and you'll get a positive answer. A new earth, this is your new beginning. So God has a whole new chapter plan for you, Virgo. So don't be sad about the past, and don't be afraid, just jump in. But this is going to be a really intense time in your life. So like I said, it's reading like new parenthood, it's reading like going back to school or finals week or whatever. So just know that you have what it takes. So go in and shine, but you will have to kind of go through some tests or some difficult times. And I know you might think no one wants to be tested, but it's good to be tested when you're a winner. And it's good to go write the test. If you're a straight A student, go and write it, right? So that's your vibe. Like, don't be afraid of a test. Don't be afraid of being under pressure, because that's your chance to shine. Michael DeSenso, this is what I've been picking up on, this is angels coming down and opening a doorway. So you can see that it's sort of like this weird spiral, that it looks like a portal. And this is how it's going to feel to you. Like, you're going to wake up in your same life, but it's going to feel like a different timeline or someone else's life, or like going into the multiverse. And That's what it's like to become a parent. That's what it's like to start a new job. That's what it's like to even move to a new house. And then you have this opportunity to reinvent yourself and just put it out to God in the universe what you really want for yourself. If you want to be stronger, or if you want to be more focused, or whatever the case may be, if you want more money, and then the universe is going to guide you on this path. And this card, as you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of animals that are kind of coming out of the portal. So this is like Garden of Eden vibes, where it's like birds and animals. And again, I know, Virgo, you're such a loving person, you're such a kind person. So then when you see animals, you feel like love for them, and you think you love the environment, you want to save the earth, all these great things. And so the earth is sending you love back, and the universe is sending you love back, that you're so kind, you're so giving. And so your positive energy is reflected in, dogs probably really like you, cats may even like you, that kind of a vibe. So just embrace this love of the universe and allow it to strengthen you. Sonata, I think I've never got this card before, so this is a really interesting one. This card is about ascension into heaven. So some Virgos, you have experienced the loss of someone you love, and this could be heavy on your mind, and you need to trust in the divine and trust that people do go to heaven, and don't be afraid to let go of people, young or old. I know it's super hard. So this is God really encouraging you to trust in a higher love, trust in a higher power, trust in a plan. And for some Virgos, this is just letting go of the past and letting go of unresolved issues from sort of a past job or something like that. Like if you had to walk away from a job and you were right in the middle of a big thing, but you got this other offer, so you had to put in your notice and say, look, I know we're really busy, but this is more money and I have to just walk away. And you had this feeling of unfinished business, quite literally, or work that you couldn't do because you just couldn't do everything. That's okay. And God's going to put everything in alignment for you and take things off your plate that weren't meant to be there, and take things out of your life that weren't meant to be there. So let go of the things that are sort of falling away from you. It's okay to let go of things, and you don't have to solve everything for everyone, and you don't have to have all the answers. And sometimes you're the service sign, but there's just work that you can't do. And Virgo, for some of my Virgos, this could be a situation where you wanted to take better care of someone that was sick. Like you could know someone that's struggling with their health, but they're in another city or something like that. It could be a grandparent, it could be an old friend or whatever. And you thought, I wish I could go and be with this person, but I can't because I have to work, I have to take care of my kids and whatever. And so God is really seeing your good intentions and seeing your good heart and saying, it's okay that you weren't there to just take care of every single thing, Virgo. You can only be in one place at one time. And you're doing what you were meant to do. So just give it to God if there's things that you felt you couldn't sort of resolve, or if there's even sort of burdens you felt you couldn't reach to, like forget about dropping a burden, but you felt like you couldn't even get there to do it. Like it's okay that you couldn't do everything for everyone. Two cards together. The truth about a gateway. So this is super exciting. Like this is the energy that I'm picking up on, is you're going into this beautiful gateway here, and doors are going to open for you, and you're going to ascend. You see the stairs going up there, and then you're going to get the truth of what you were thinking of. So some Virgos, I know you may have bought a property. Like I'm picking up that some Virgos actually had to buy a property or rent a property sight unseen, because you just had to move because of financial pressures or what have you. And so you're moving a long distance to another state or another country, it could be, and then you had to actually rent or buy without even seeing what you were getting. And so you're going to go in with this huge kind of worry, but the truth is going to be revealed to you that it was an awesome decision, and you're going to be happy with this new place. And you can see that this place that you're going to, this gateway that's opening, is kind of like a heavenly energy and a heavenly place, and you're going to be really happy there. Yeah, angel song. So this is God guiding you on your path, and I know that you've been watching for sort of synchronicities and signs. And Virgo, you're really in touch with the universe, and you're really in touch with your intuition. And the best way to be in touch with your intuition is letting go of anger, because anger clouds our mind. So if you're mad at someone, if you're judgmental, or if you have like a broken record that plays over and over of things that happened years ago, maybe decades ago, you've been able to silence that and sort of like visualize scooping up, you know, a file folder full of stuff. Like stress in your mind could be like all these papers in a file folder, and sometimes they're spread out on the desk and you're looking at everything. And then Virgo, you've been able to sort of scoop up all those files and put them away for another day so that you can focus on your normal day-to-day life. And so that's how you've been able to be guided by the universe to get a better job and whatever. And the demon energy or the negative energy is always trying to knock you out of success. So the devil will always try to cloud your mind with anger or bad memories or what have you. And that's kind of how people fall into like an addiction energy too, right? Is that you become so unable to live in the present. But Virgo, you've been able to live in the present and you've been able to follow the path that God had for you. So you're going forward and you're ascending into this better timeline. 2 cards, guidance and protection. So this is the angels guiding you and protecting you. And some, I don't know if you can hear.
Someone's at the door.
Just hang on 1 second. Sorry, Virgo, someone was knocking at my door and the dog was barking. And, you know, I think it's like a sign from the universe that you're under angelic protection because, like I was just saying, like the dog is like, dogs are like angels to us, and our dog's always protecting our house. We live in a really safe place, but still she's trying her best to protect us from the Amazon driver. But it's a sign from the universe that you're guided and protected, and just don't be afraid of this new timeline and don't be afraid of challenges that you're going to undertake. So let's get into the tarot. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So this is a lucky twist of fate for you, Virgo. So this is God sort of pushing you into a new timeline and things way beyond your control in a positive way. Ooh, look at this. Whoops. The Moon and the Tower. So this is the illumination of great change, okay? And the tower this is a tower that you brought down. So this is you quitting a job. This is you leaving a relationship. This is you saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. And the moon is just like illumination energy of answers. Like I said, you're going to get final answers and you're going to get what you wanted. So when you made transformation in your life, you were hoping for a certain response or a certain answer, and you're going to get your answer. My favorite card is the Sun. So this is the Sun with 4 wands. So this is super positive, Virgo. This is God's love pouring down on your house. So this is positivity, nurturing, guidance, warmth, and on your house. You're going to be really happy. You're going to be receiving, basically. And all of our energy comes from God, whether it's like physical energy of like food and drink or the sun or whatever, or money energy. It's all really coming from God. So this divine love energy is going to pour down on you, and your life is just going to be easier, and in the sense that you're going to succeed at your tasks. So like I said, it's going to be an intense time, but a time of like prosperity and abundance and just opportunity. So this is kind of like strike when the iron's hot kind of energy, or make hay when the sun shines kind of energy, that but then you're going to be really happy with the results. Yeah, look at this. Justice and victory. So this is huge for you, Virgo. This is going to be a time in your life where you're going to look back on this time and see it as a turning point when things got significantly better and you're kind of leveling up. Justice is signing of documents, legal contracts. For some Virgos, it could be court custody battles, and you're going to see it as victory. So for other Virgos, this could be getting a job that you wanted. You're signing a contract, you're getting your money, but you're going to feel like this victory energy, a recognized victory, so something you can talk about. So it's, you know, more money, better position, better status, and things are just really going in your favor here. Last tarot card, the Judgment. So this is kind of what you're afraid of, and this is what's causing you stress, is that you know that you're being called forward for judgment. But it's kind of like when God rings your doorbell, answer the door, because you know, you're favored by God and you've been doing the things that you're supposed to do. So go ahead and face judgment, because it's going to go in your favor, and go ahead and show your face to God and the angels, because it'll go in your favor, because you've been doing the things that you were supposed to do. So don't be afraid of being tested, and don't be afraid of being called on the carpet, and don't be afraid of someone saying this is the final answer. It's like, good, we want the final answer, right? Because it's going to go for you. And sometimes you do all the right things and you get punished anyway, or you do all the right things and you don't get what you want, but not this time. Things are going to go the way that you want them to go. So walk into this judgment and walk into this bright light of ascension. I'm going to get a love message for you too. Just because, like I said, it's such an intense time. I was looking at all the decks here. Oh boy, here we go. So, shock and sunglasses. So when you go into this new time in your life of new happiness, new money, and double doors are opening for you, people are going to be watching you. And you've got some stalker energy here, which is kind of, it's a little overwhelming to have people watch, and you're always going to have people that try to knock you out of your position and knock you off your pedestal and say, do you really deserve this? Do you really deserve that? And just tell them, yeah, I do. I do, because you do. You've worked really hard, and people are going to be shocked by your success. People are going to be shocked by your leveling up, and people are going to be shocked by this massive change that's coming for you. So for the pregnant Virgos, people are going to be saying, oh, I didn't even know you were going to have a baby, and it's like, too bad, right? It's not about you. Or for people that are leaving your partner, some people might say, I thought you were really happy, and it's like, well, you don't know everything, and it's just not about these people that are watching. And for some Virgos, this is people from the past. It could be ex-romantic partners. It could just be coworkers or neighbors, but definitely you're going to be the subject of gossip. But you know what, Virgo, you're kind of used to that because you're a person that people, their eyes are always on you, right? Because you always shine in one way or another. And so you have to just be okay with being in the spotlight when you're a star, right? Okay, look at this energy. Engagement ring and clock. So the engagement ring here, for some of you, it is a real engagement, like a romantic engagement. For a lot of my Virgos, this is just new opportunities and new commitment. It's just, it signifies a higher level of commitment or a new opportunity. And the clock, this is like, thinking about your life in a greater sense, and thinking about eternity, and thinking about the seasons of your life passing you by. And so this is this intense vibe where you're going to be really in a deep reflective state and thinking about, how did I get here, and what is the meaning of my life, kind of thing, which is very heavy. But just embrace this committed vibe and go into this big kind of challenge because you're meant to. So you may feel kind of panicky sometimes and feel like, how much time do I really have to put into this job? How much time do I really have to put into being a parent? Or how much money do I have to put into this house? But this is what you're really meant to do, is be on this higher level and just walk through the fire of all this pressure, because you can. And that's sort of like a diamond. Like a diamond is something that's formed under tremendous pressure, right? So if you put yourself through the pressure, you're going to become this diamond energy. And that's really what your destiny is to shine in that way and be that better version of yourself. Okay, so separation and abundance. So this means that this is what I was picking up on, where you do have to separate yourself from some of the negative components of your past. So you're walking away from a certain job, you're walking away from a certain partnership. You may be walking away from a group of friends so that you can go into this abundance. And so this is this weird vibe of like jumping the timelines, walking through doors. It's not even like walking through a door though, because it's an image of like jumping from one thing to another. And there's a feeling of sort of being pushed and pulled, and sort of, there's a bit of a fear-based energy with this big of a jump. But just go ahead and separate yourself from the past and go ahead and jump into your abundance. And it's going to be a really good time for you, and you're going to see a different version of yourself. So this is a time in your life where you're going to get new skills, new abilities. You're going to be like pumping up your resume because of this opportunity. For a lot of my Virgos, you're going to get way more money, and you're going to clear old debts that you've had. And some of these debts for Virgo, it could be things that happened years ago. So Virgo, if you have a financial debt that's tied to like a wound from your past, it could be a divorce, it could be a business that you had that went under, or something like that, that's just following you, and you think, when is this ever going to get resolved? Like, I can't believe I'm this age and I still have a student loan or whatever. This is the time in your life when you can get rid of that and really purge away that energy, because the universe is going to send you this tremendous power. Right, so keys on a ring and the snake. So be warned, Virgo, that people are going to see you as like temptation. And there's lots of people now that they're going to come out of the woodwork and try to tempt you with relationships or job offers or whatever, because all of a sudden you're this super successful person and people are going to want to align themselves with you, whether it's in business or romance or whatever. But use your intuition and stay on your path, because you can't trust everyone. And You don't want to trust fair weather friends, do you? Right? And you don't want to trust fair weather lovers, either male or female. And men are really used to this, right? As soon as you get money, the women all come after you, kind of thing. And so be wise enough to remember the people that loved you when you were down, and remember the people that gave you opportunities. And just don't be fooled by imposters, and don't be tempted to go out and party or have too much fun, because you want to be focused at this time. Yeah, this is so interesting, like passion and addiction. So, Virgo, just be really cautious as you go through this time in your life where you're feeling a lot of pressure not to turn to addiction. And addiction can take many forms. It can be sex addiction, it can be drugs and alcohol, it can be just anger, like turning into anger, or turning into sadness, like getting weepy and stuff like that. And just really stay strong against your addictions and give yourself over to your passion, and just see that this is an opportunity, and you don't want to ruin this opportunity by going back to old habits or old addictions. And there's going to be people from your past that pop up and encourage you to go out and party, go out and drink, go out and overspend, whatever. So Virgo, just stay strong and stay in your passion energy. Last two cards. Look at this. So awesome. Ascending and paradise. So yeah, Virgo, this is what I'm hearing for you. You're going to have this really awesome year where you're going to ascend into a different version of yourself, and people that know you're going to say, wow, you're doing so great, and there's going to be this transformation and this leveling up, and you're going to be this better you. And then paradise, you're going to be really happy in your heart. You're going to be in a paradise energy. For some Virgos, this is an actual trip that you're going to be able to take to a beach location. For other Virgos, this is just your happy heart energy, and you'll feel like your day-to-day life is a paradise. Your house, your own home can be a paradise too. And you're going to feel that way, that you're very happy within yourself, that you're succeeding at things, and that you're able to live in abundance and give yourself and others rewards that you want, and buy things for yourself, buy things for your kids, and not worry all the time. Okay, Virgo. Wow, it's such an intense energy. I hope this helped. I love you so much. I'm sending you love, light, peace, and clarity. Love you just the way you are. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Virgo.